if I was
So what you're trying to say, Nicola, this is my fault.
a whirlwind, a roller coaster. Oh my goodness, I really don't know why I'm doing this. Yourself, you believe in your service or your product. You believe that this is your dream, your passion, your gift. Yeah. And you want to share it with the world.
So you've mentioned moments like you just felt like, man, like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? What does that look like?
Am I step out too wrong? Am I priced wrong? Am I offering anything? Am I even that good? And I actually cry. And you have to love what you do. It's not easy. No.
I'm going to say that again. Anything that tastes good takes time.
Yes. I like that.
I like that.
And I guess if I'm being a little bit transparent, whoever this may help, or even vulnerable. So,
welcome to Behind the Business, candid conversations with entrepreneurs with me, your host, Mark Larray. Join me as I dive deep into the journeys of business owners, uncovering the struggles and triumphs in casual, candid conversations. Tune in for inspiring stories and valuable insights to fuel your entrepreneurial spirit. Let's do this. Started, I think it was in December that you launched the business?
Launched the business officially in December.
Yeah. And so how's it been so far?
Ooh, a whirlwind, a roller coaster. It's so fast. Like, I have to remind myself, I launched the business, not my experience. I've been an experienced wedding day coordinator for a number of years. But the business side of it, actually introducing it as a business, started in December of 2023. And we're now in 2024. And it's just been a roller coaster. And I have to remind myself that I only started this 7 months ago. So everything that I'm learning and trying to adjust and improve on and develop and transition everything, it's just been a lot. And it's been a whirlwind. It's had some very exciting moments. And then there's some parts of it where I'm just like, oh my goodness, I really don't know why I'm doing this. And some moments where I'm like, am I doing the right thing? I don't even know why. This is really what I should be doing. So it's been a roller coaster of emotions, I must say.
You know, people always think that entrepreneurship and business ownership is like fascinating. It's wonderful. It's easy. It's better than having a 9-to-5 job. Yeah, that is true to some extent, but people don't know that you actually work longer when you have a business, especially if you're doing it full time. You work longer hours. You know, when everybody's gone home, you know, you're still working. You're up late at night, because especially when you just start a business, you're the marketing person, you're the financial person, you're every position in that company until it grows, and then you can start delegating and passing certain things along, right? So it's not easy, and you have to have. You probably would agree with me. You have to have grit. You have to have patience. Would you say?
Yes. Oh my gosh, patience. Absolutely. Patience and a bit of tolerance, because those are two different things, but very similar. Patience and tolerance, because you have a lot coming at you. Yeah. Negative and positive energy, especially negative. Is
that where the tolerance falls in? That's what you mean by tolerance?
The tolerance falls in. You start developing a thick skin because you believe in yourself. You believe in your service or your product. You believe that this is your dream, your passion, your gift, and you want to share it with the world. So if you have that belief, you're going to fight for it, right? So the tolerance of the negative sayers, people are like, I don't think you should be doing this, or maybe you should have tried it that way, or just not providing you the support that you're looking for. That's the negative. Even if you're like on social media and you're looking for the approvals, the likes, as they say, or the shares or the bookings, and it's not happening. That's also that is a negative experience there as well, because you're putting all this effort and not feeling like you're getting anything out of it. But then the positives are like, the relationships that are built from it, the resources that come out of it, when things just flow and happen. You walk into situations like at seminars or shows, exhibits that provide you wealth of information and knowledge that you never knew. That's the best part of it for me. So again, positive and negative, but developing that thick skin and not letting it get to you, because if you're not seeing the money fast enough, we want to see the fruit. We want to see the bookings. We want to see the, people buying the product. We want the money. Show me the money. But, there's the behind the scenes, as you just said, and it can be a lot. And if you're doing that for a number of time, like months, weeks, even years, and not seeing that, it gets a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've mentioned moments like you just felt like, man, like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? What does that look like?
It's hard because so when I started the business, or when this was just a thought, my side hustle, when I was introduced to you, Mark, I said, no, this is just a little thing that I'm doing. Like, it's not a big deal. I really enjoy event planning and putting weddings together, and I'm just doing a few weddings, and it's not a big deal. And then when you presented it to me as an idea of thinking about it as a business and really venturing into that, I was scared because of exactly what I'm going through right now, because it just seemed easier when it was just a hustle. Like, everybody was ready to wanting to have me do their wedding, and I was getting all these requests and referrals. And then I launch it as a business, and then it's crickets. So it's like, oh, did I miss something?
So what you're trying to say, Nicola, this is my fault. I'm joking.
For pushing me? No, not at all. No, it's just the reality of the situation, though.
Yes, of course.
To me, that was the disappointing factor, really.
Yeah.
And why am I not getting the bookings? Why am I not? People are not hiring as fast as I thought they would.
Right.
So it's and you start to second guess things. And did I step out too wrong? Am I priced wrong? Am I offering anything? Am I even that good?
And so, you mentioned something there. So part of that, and I we can be very candid and open with our listeners. When you were getting the business before, when it was just a side hustle, it was because your pricing was lower, right? You don't need to say what it was, but just your pricing was a lot lower. So people were jumping on that bandwagon, that opportunity. And the moment you raised the price because we helped you to understand your worth, that's when it became a little bit more challenging, would you say?
Yes, absolutely. And then, you ask the questions, because given in the economic times that we're in right now, things are very expensive. People are not spending as much. People are really, holding on to their dollars and trying to spend better, wiser, whatever. You second guess your values and what you have to offer, and if people are going to spend that amount, and then you kind of want to lower and lowball yourself. So there's that struggle as well too, for sure. But you're absolutely right, and thanks for bringing that to my attention, because even now it's kind of counseling me that maybe because I was doing it practically for free, giving it away, just give me something, because that's how the conversations went. It was better that way. But the time and the efforts and the value, like, in any product or service and anything that you're offering, that's what people are looking for, and that's what people are willing to spend.
That's
so
right.
If you think of the biggest brands or the biggest best experiences that anyone has had, all your listeners listening, when you think of that, those things that made you go, yes, I will spend this money, because that's what you need to showcase to your, or I don't want to use the word sell, but that's what you need to tell your clients. What you have to offer is worth that.
Exactly.
So having that conversation is not easy to have, but I'm getting there.
That's right. Yeah. And a lot of us as entrepreneurs, business owners, salespeople, we all experience that, right? On whatever level that is. So you have to know your worth. Know your worth. Know your worth. Believe in your product and service, and make sure that, there's value. I always say, and this, Nicola, sell value, not price. Because it's never about the price, really. It's the value. What am I getting for $1,000? What am I getting for $100,000? Right? It's like, it doesn't matter what it is, whether you're buying a car or a house, even that. Like, why don't you buy from the very first builder that you went and saw, the very first house that you went and looked at, right? Doesn't work like that just because it's cheaper. No, it has to serve a purpose or a value for you, and everyone values things differently. Yeah. And so would you say that this has helped you to become a little stronger and even understand yourself better?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's bringing out a lot of insecurities that I didn't realize I had, or I probably pushed in the back because I didn't want to deal with it. It's forcing me to deal with that professionally, spiritually, emotionally, every which way. I still have to present myself a certain way. You can't just, I'm not aggressive, or you can't just be aggressive and bully people into buying what you're offering. And knowing your worth and your value, huge life lesson there.
Yeah.
I am worth this.
Yes.
What I offer is worth it.
Yeah.
There's value.
Yeah.
And the proof, I mean, it proves time and time again, because every single wedding thus far that I've done, it's been one of those, we can never have done this without you kind of experiences, feedback. So that's the reward I get.
Isn't that awesome when you hear that?
Oh my gosh, it's like, that's why I do what I do, because I get that back.
Yep.
not that I'm looking for it, but then it's a great, and it's, we all love a little encouragement, right? So
of course, of course. You got to be committed. You
100%.
got to put in the work. You have to,
and you have to love what you do. It's not easy. It's not easy, and you want to throw in the towel, and it's like, but I'm doing this for. There has to be a reason why I'm doing this. What's that reason?
Yes.
Yeah, and figure it out.
Yeah. Exactly. Same thing. You got anything that you want to do that you believe in your business. You believe in the things that you work for. You believe, and once you believe, there's a saying that says, if you believe it, you'll achieve it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It takes work. Yeah. It's not a snap of the fingers type thing, which unfortunately we seem to be living in a society right now where, everything just seems like it's just quick,
Microwavable culture.
Microwave, yeah.
Put it in, first few seconds, thing, it's ready.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't work like that, right? Anything that tastes good, you cook too, right?
Of course.
anything that tastes good, it takes time.
Takes some time and some effort.
I think I'm going to say that again. Anything that tastes good takes time.
Yes. I like that.
I like that. Going through these ups and downs has helped you to understand who you are, understand your worth. And even, I like that what you just said. I never ever thought about this. The insecurities that you may have had. I never thought of that. You made me think even for a second about my own personal life. And as I look back and did the flashback, I'm like, yeah, there were certain things that I was very insecure about when I got into business. And being in business really pushed, challenged me, to deal with those things, whether I wanted to or not. So I like that.
And I guess if I'm being a little bit transparent, whoever this may help, or even vulnerable. So rejection is one for me. And so personally, you just don't put yourself out there to get rejected, for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I said put it on the back shelf. If I don't put myself out there, I don't have to deal with that. And I think it was one of my fears going into business. It was, what if people don't like what I offer? Maybe I'm not going to do it well. Or I'm not going to be good enough. Or people are just going to say no. Yeah. And so I've been getting a few, I've had clients ask me questions, have a call. It goes great. And then as the term is ghosting, you don't hear anything.
Yeah.
You're gone. You follow up. Nothing. Crickets. And it was like, wow, maybe they just didn't want what I had to offer. And that's a rejection.
Yeah.
So I was working through that, it happened recently, and I actually cried and reached out to just a group of friends that are in business as well. And just kind of was like, wow, I don't understand, I thought it went great. What am I doing wrong? I asked all those questions and really felt vulnerable. And it was just, them just talking me through it. And you know what? That just wasn't your client. It happens. That's just hearing that I'm not the first, I won't be the last.
That's right.
And then just trying to process that and, deal with that. So, rejection was one of the things that I still work through, because it still happens. But I guess as I get more and more into it, there's going to be more no's. There's going to be people who are just going to walk by me and not even look at what I have out there. Yeah. And that's okay. That's okay.
Exactly.
I'll get to the right client. I'll get to the right people.
Yeah. That's one of the things why I love being business, because it teaches you so much. It helps you to really develop. I mean, everything in life, even if you work a regular 9-to-5 job, you can learn. If you allow yourself to learn, you will learn. 100%. There's an opportunity in every day, in every way, with everything, to learn. And so, but I think just business, because really business, you're depending on, so to speak, you're depending on yourself, right? You're not,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
not a boss, an employer
Yeah.
that's giving you, here, Nicola, I want you to go and do this one. Here's your address, that kind of thing. This is you, that you have to create that opportunity,
Yes.
communicate that opportunity, why someone should buy, buy in. And then you got to provide the service.
Yes.
And at the end, can you refer me? Can you give me a review? Right? So
Exactly.
there's a lot into that. And so you learn so much. It helps you. It really, business, entrepreneurship really helps to build your character. At least for me,
100%.
that's what
Wow.
I've realized. Yeah, I become
Yeah.
a better
No,
person. as a
very
result.
true.
Mhm.
Very true. So, I mean, if you're deciding to do that with that in mind,
Mhm.
but it can be so rewarding, why not develop that character? Why not develop yourself and push yourself? You never know where that will take you.
Yeah.
And I'm still waiting for that. I love the analogy of the seed that I keep hearing.
Mhm.
From you, Mark, it's planting of the seed.
Yeah.
Every tree, every plant started as a seed.
As a seed.
And of
Yeah.
course, if you, and anyone who, you don't have to know biology, but it's just you have a seed. How does it get
Yes.
to that tree?
Yes.
Obviously, you put it in the ground, put some
Yeah.
water, add some light, and it takes some time.
There you
You
go.
know, but
Yeah.
and only time can produce that. That there's a process, but you can even overwater it, and it may die. You can neglect
That's
it, and
true.
die. You know, you have to keep putting the effort into it and just
Yeah.
the time. So, yeah, definitely putting yourself out there, definitely stepping to the challenge, and pushing through.
Mhm.
But the rewards are there. And I'm very excited. I know it can be rewarding. It's going to be rewarding. What I'm doing has great potential to be rewarding. There are people doing it and doing it great and well,
Yeah.
and are living their best life.
Mhm.
And that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. Good.